I sat in my own home, shocked by what my father-in-law said. He smiled and slid an envelope toward me. "We'll give you $200,000. Please divorce Matt and leave this condo." I almost laughed. They thought I owned the condo, but they were wrong. It actually belonged to my brother. They believed giving me money would make me leave quietly. Instead of correcting them, I decided to stay silent and watch them walk into their own mistake. I knew the truth would shock them later, and I couldn't wait to see their reaction. I had been married to Matt for a year, thinking we would have a happy life together. We lived in a beautiful condo, which my brother owned. My brother was wealthy, but Matt's family thought we were poor. They looked down on my family but wanted to visit us all the time. They treated our home like theirs, dropping by whenever they wanted. Matt never stopped them. He even encouraged it. I tried to stay patient, but it was hard. His family didn't respect me, and Matt didn't see anything wrong with their behavior. Matt's family loved the condo and wanted to live there. "This place is so nice. We should move in," my mother-in-law said. "That sounds great." Matt agreed right away. He acted like the condo was his, but it wasn't. He thought that since he married me, the condo now belonged to him. That wasn't true. I wanted to tell him the truth, but I decided to wait. I wanted to see just how far he would go with his wrong belief. I knew one day the truth would come out, and it wouldn't end well for him. On Christmas, instead of inviting us to their home, Matt's family came to our condo unannounced. "We thought we'd celebrate here," my sister-in-law said, sitting on the couch. I had no choice but to serve them food and drinks. "Kelly, I want roasted turkey," my mother-in-law demanded. Matt quickly ordered it without asking me. The worst part? They didn't leave. "Prepare a room for my parents," Matt told me. I felt like a maid in my own home. I was angry, but I kept quiet. I knew I had to do something about this soon. After that, Matt's family kept coming over, staying for days without warning. They started bringing their belongings, filling the closets with their clothes. One day, my sister-in-law unpacked her suitcase. "We've ordered food. Just pay for it," she said, handing me the bill. Matt didn't think there was anything wrong. "They're family, Kelly. Be more understanding," he said. I was exhausted. My brother and his wife told me, "If you don't stop them now, they'll take everything." I knew they were right. Matt's family was treating my home like theirs, and Matt wasn't stopping them. Matt started coming home late, making excuses. At the same time, my sister-in-law was always around, but she never talked about her husband. It made me wonder, was something going on? My brother's wife asked me, could Matt be cheating? The thought scared me. I needed to find out the truth. Meanwhile, my in-laws continued to act like they lived in my home. When I checked the closets, I found their bags fully packed as if they had moved in permanently. I knew I couldn't let this continue. I had to be smart about my next step. One evening, I came home to find my in-laws sitting comfortably in my living room. "We'll be living here now," my father-in-law said. Matt gave us the keys. I couldn't believe it. My own husband had decided to move his family in without asking me. "Why aren't you reacting?" my mother-in-law asked. I took a deep breath. "I'll bring the divorce papers. Make sure you also bring the condo's contract," I said. They thought they were winning, but I knew the truth. Their confidence was based on a lie, and soon they would realize their mistake. I met my brother and told him everything. He was furious. "They think they can take everything from you? We won't let that happen." He also had news. I had Matt followed. "He's cheating," he said, handing me proof. My hands shook as I looked at the photos. My in-laws thought they were taking over my life, but they had no idea what was coming. I let my brother handle the next steps. I was no longer sad. I was ready for them to see the truth. The next day, my in-laws greeted me excitedly. "Did you bring the condo contract?" my father-in-law asked. My brother handed over the divorce papers instead. Matt smirked. We'll be keeping the condo, so don't be upset. Then my brother revealed the truth. Considering Matt cheated, this settlement is more than fair. Silence. My in-laws turned pale. Matt? You cheated? My father-in-law asked. Matt looked frozen. His family finally realized they had made a huge mistake. But that wasn't the biggest shock of the day. My father-in-law quickly signed the condo contract, thinking they were getting the property. Then my brother spoke. Actually, this condo belongs to me. You just signed a rental agreement. My in-laws' faces went pale. What? That's impossible! My mother-in-law screamed. Matt looked sick. Their plan had backfired. They had paid $200,000, thinking they were buying the condo, but they had only rented it. My father-in-law turned to Matt in horror. You fool! What have you done? But it was too late. A month later, they came to my parents' house, furious. Why are we paying rent? That condo should be ours, Matt shouted. My brother calmly replied, You misunderstood. The condo was never yours. My father-in-law finally admitted, We used it as loan collateral. We can't repay the $200,000. My mother-in-law sobbed. They had been so greedy, thinking they were winning, but they had actually destroyed themselves. Their perfect life was gone. I looked around and noticed someone missing. Where's your sister? I asked Matt. He hesitated before mumbling, She was cheating too. Now she's going through a divorce. I raised my eyebrows. So, the woman who acted superior, looked down on me, and made my life miserable was in the same situation as her brother. She's drowning in debt, Matt admitted. The irony of it all made me smirk. The family that once mocked me was now falling apart. They thought they could control me, take my home, and push me aside. But in the end, they destroyed themselves. With no condo and no money, Matt's family had to move into a smaller, cheaper home. My once spoiled mother-in-law and sister-in-law, who never worked a day in their lives, were now forced to get jobs. They struggled to pay off their debts and blamed each other for their situation. Their once perfect family was now full of fights and resentment. Meanwhile, I was free. I no longer had to deal with Matt's selfishness or his overbearing family. Sitting in my brother's peaceful home, I realized that walking away was the best decision I had ever made. One evening, as I sipped tea in my brother's home, he and his wife sat across from me smiling. We have some news, my sister-in-law said excitedly. We're having a baby. My heart warmed. This was what true happiness looked like. Love, respect, and a real family. Seeing them so happy made me realize I wanted the same for myself. I wanted a future where I was loved and respected. I had made mistakes, but I wouldn't repeat them. This time I would choose a partner who truly cared for me, not someone who took me for granted. Looking back, I had no regrets. I lost nothing in my divorce. In fact, I gained everything. I gained freedom, peace, and a chance to start over. Matt and his family had tried to control me, thinking they could take everything from me. But in the end, they were the ones who lost everything. I learned that love isn't about sacrifice alone. It's about mutual respect. I was no longer afraid of being alone. Instead, I was excited for what the future held. My past was over, but my new life was just beginning. As I watched my brother and his wife prepare for their baby, I felt hopeful. My story wasn't over. It was just beginning. I was ready to move forward, to embrace new opportunities, and to find someone who truly valued me. I had been through so much, but I had come out stronger. No longer tied down by toxic people, I was finally free to create the life I wanted. A life full of love, respect, and happiness. With a deep breath, I smiled. My journey was just starting, and I couldn't wait to see where it led me.